Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I bring you guys a DarkWorld Structure Deck 2022. I was going to make a deck profile on this yesterday, but sadly the new cards didn't come out till today because of things. So let's just go straight into this. So we got a new DarkWorld. This guy is a must-have 3 of or 2 of in a deck. This guy is insane. Rain Bex over King of the DarkWorld. This guy is insanely good. You can add 1 level 5 or higher DarkWorld monster from your deck to your hand, except him. I can see him as a 2 of. Really powerful card and overall fantastic. Another card we have. DarkWorld Puppetry. This card is when I see some play. Target 3 cards in the graveyard, banish them, and then discard 1 fiend monster. This card is insane, especially against tier elements. They have cards in grave. Quick effect is banish the 3. Insanely good. Not to mention, you can target one of your banished fiend monsters, add it to hand. We'll activate 1 puppetry once per turn. Really good card. And this is now a really good one as well. DarkWorld Archives. DarkWorld Archives is a really insane card. During the main phase, you can discard 1 DarkWorld monster, and if you do, DarkWorld monsters you currently control gain attack equal to the level discarded, which is insanely good. Basically, this card says, hey, it's a free discard, and not to mention, it boosts your DarkWorlds even higher. All the DarkWorlds are huge attacks in huge levels, so that is a pretty solid effect. It also has an effect where you discard 1 card, draw 2. You can only use this effect once per turn. It's pot of green for the archetype. I think it's a good one-of for the deck. Next guy, we have the fusion monster himself, the Negate Man. I'm not gonna lie, tier elements might be playing this guy because this guy's insane. He's an Omni Negate basically. When your opponent activates a monster effect or a normal spell or trap, you can just discard 1 card, or you don't discard a card. He changes the effect to you discard 1 card, which is pretty insane. So basically what he does is that you activate the effect, it becomes your opponent discards 1 card. So you get to discard a card, allowing you to plus even harder, which is insane. Not to mention, it is fusion monster control leaves the field by your opponent's card, which is, by the way, notice that wording. This card leaves the field because your opponent's card. This is literally Mirror Jade text. This card is supposed to summon 1 Graph of the Lord of DarkWorld that is banished or in your graveyard. So, really insane card. 3200 attack. Insanely great. We also got the new fusion card itself. This card is also insane. During the main phase, you can fuse summon 1 fiend monster as a quick effect by banishing the materials mentioned from your field of grave, and then fuse summon 1 DarkWorld monster. There's only 1 currently, so that's him. And then, of course, this card also has the effect where you can add this card from your graveyard from hand by discarding a DarkWorld monster. Insane greatness to this card. Now, probably one of the best cards of the deck is DarkWorld Gate Man of the DarkWorld. This guy is insanely good. You only spend summon 1 Gato once per turn, but that doesn't matter. He's a non-once per turn discard out of DarkWorld Gates, and if this card is banished, which don't forget, Gates can banish him, he just special summons himself as a free level 4. Insanely good. And then finally, for our last 2 cards we got, we have the new Parma Hermit of the DarkWorld. This guy is also pretty good. Probably a 1 of, maybe a 2 of. This card is discarded by your graveyard by card effect. You can target 1 DarkWorld monster in your grave, and then just special summon into either field, which is insane because there is a monster that benefits you special summon onto your opponent's field. Also has the effect where you can special summon either 1 fiend monster that is banished or in your hand or grave. Really great card. Not to mention it's a level 1, so it has some really cool synchro shenanigans. We also have a new counter trap in the form of DarkWorld Punishment. This card has an insane art. When a monster would be normal special summon, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that card, then discard 1 fiend monster. If a DarkWorld monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, banish this card instead. This card is protection and a negate. It is insanely good. Alright, so now it's time about the old cards. Of course, we have Grapha, the DarkWorld. This guy's a must-have 2 of in the deck. This guy's insane. He is a really great level 8. Of course, we have Snow, which is a 3 of in the deck. We have reprints of really interesting cards. Sadly, these ones aren't the greatest and aren't good. Gold could be a 1 of. I don't think you'll be playing it anymore though. Silva is another 2 of in the deck. This guy's insane. Baronet's not that great, however. This guy has potential. If he just discard period, he's just a free special summon, which is insane. So he's debatable. We'll put him here. Brow is also insanely good. Brow is amazing. Oh, thank you. Alright, so we also have Hydra. These ones aren't as playable. Oh no, this one is actually. He's actually newly playable because I believe this guy can special summon this guy onto your opponent's field. And then when it's special summon onto your opponent's field, your opponent just discards a card, I think. If this card is special summoned DarkWorld effect, your opponent draws 1. So the idea is that you give this to your opponent, and then you draw 1, which is pretty insane. It's just a normal guy. He's not really playable, but hey, you got some Rescue Rabbit ideas. This guy was always funny with the big hands, big orange hands. And then, of course, the Dangers. These all got reprinted. Got the Danger Bigfoot, the Thunderbird, the Mothman, and the Suskanoko. Really, really great reprints. The Labyrinth, Lady Lament reprint is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, Raven kind of sucks. Absolute King Blackjack. There's like 10 reprints of this guy. I'm no joke. Like, they keep reprinting this card. I don't know why. I know Labyrinth's a good deck, but come on, guys. We have like 10 of these. DarkWorld Dealings is another really good card, interesting card. Yes. The only issue is that you give your opponent a discard, so discard a Tear Element effect, and you're just kind of screwed. So this is a debatable card. I prefer actually this one because you look at your opponent's hand, you get to choose which card. So it's you just like, let's say they have the Penimento in hand, you just say discard that Penimento. Right. Which is pretty insane. And all your DarkWorlds float, so you discarding doesn't matter. Right. Card Destruction, same thing. Really good card. But again,
depends on the matchup. Depends on the matchup.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to plus 10 your opponent on their
Exactly,
turn. Yeah. Really, really bad. Gateway to the Underworld, interesting card. This card was a new support we got like 2 years ago. It's okay. It might be a one-of. DarkWorld Lightning used to be spelled trap removal. This card's insanely good. This card right here, basically this guy, the new one, you discard him, get this banishes him, and then I believe this just adds any DarkWorld or add any Fiend monster, then this comes back as a level 4. And when this card's banished, it special summons itself. So this is a free resource loop, which is really, really insane. And then, of course, for our final cards, we have some traps. They're interesting. I don't think we're playing any of them. Rip Mind Crush. This card used to be the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they eroded it so that your opponent can like draw a card, like add cards to hand. You activate Mind Crush, call the card, and then your opponent can just say, I don't have that card. And then the judge can't show up. It's really stupid. They literally could say, well, he said he doesn't have a Mind Crush. I guess he doesn't have it. It's really, really stupid. These are really, really great reprints. These two are always cheap, but Skill Drain, holy shit, we need a reprint. No one bought that green set over there. No one bought the Maturity except for me. So, for everyone else, this is a great box to buy because Skill Drain's in it. And it's insane in this deck because, well, Skill Drain with big ass monsters has always been a good deck. It's the Blue Eyes method, right? So that's it for this structure deck. So I will make a deck profile tomorrow. I hope you all enjoy. Take care. Don't do anything stupid.